I come on here and I answer you guys' questions, but today I have some questions because you guys are familiar with Shirley Husar by now, right? If not, make sure you check out her channel. Um, she's a black conservative coming out of California, and she shared some interesting information today regarding California lawmakers introducing a necessary force bill. And so I have some questions. I want to check you guys' temperature on a couple of things. Let me play this clip. It's ABC News.
A controversial bill introduced by California lawmakers would tighten the state standard of police use of force.
This policy authorizes police officers to use deadly force only when it is necessary to prevent imminent and serious bodily injury or death.
Only when necessary, as opposed to when reasonable, which is very different in the eyes of the beholder.
The bill, known as the Police Accountability and Community Protection Act, would limit when police can fire at a perceived suspect and could open up officers to criminal charges if they don't adhere to the stricter guidelines.
It's not enough that the officer perceived a threat. There had to have been no other alternatives to using deadly force.
Lawmakers were joined by the grandfather of Stephen Clark. The unarmed 22-year-old was shot to death last month by police in Sacramento, his death igniting days of protests.
This tragedy only builds on the mountain of injustice that have occurred in this country at the hands of police.
According to lawmakers, police shot and killed 162 people in California last year. Only half were armed with guns. Many activist groups say fatal police shootings are out of control, and this bill is a step in the right direction.
This is the new type of lynching by police officers having the right to shoot someone in the back just because they thought they were imminent danger. This has to stop.
Law enforcement organizations have opposed previous similar legislative attempts, raising concerns that limiting their options for use of force will make their jobs more dangerous. Lawmakers stress that this would not eliminate the use of deadly force, only allow officers to use deadly force when absolutely necessary.
So, my first question is...
More and more people are finding themselves in a Chevrolet for the first time.
You're welcome, Chevrolet. My first question is... when did this bright idea come? We ain't been doing that. Necessary force, reasonable force. Y'all playing word games. So now, let me go back to the article. Yeah, reasonable force. Changed it from the reasonable force standard to the necessary force standard. And it's like, I know what necessary means, but that was the whole point of reasonable. So when it's convenient, you could just be like, oh, well, it was reasonable because, it seemed reasonable to me. There's no standard for that. And then I really don't know how you're not going to have the same problem with necessary. What has YouTube done now? I can't even see my own damn chat. There's always something. I can't see the chat. I can't see how many people are in. It's probably our browser. I got homework to do. I'm seriously procrastinating. It's not in the mood. It's not that much though. Let's move over here to Internet Explorer and see if my chat pops up. I want to know how you guys feel. Same thing over here. I'm talking no suggested videos, no word count, no, this is how many people are viewing. Nothing. I used to think Blog Talk was full of it. But let me tell you, YouTube, y'all always got something going on. Let me hit the chat, see if something on here. That's why I tip my hat off to y'all who got the energy to fool YouTube. Okay, over here it says it's 34, you guys. Hi, I'm trying to read your chat because I came on here to ask y'all questions. But what's going on is the young man that was shot 7 or 8 times in his grandmother's backyard. I'm not even gonna get all into whatever it was that he was doing and whatever. I wasn't there, y'all wasn't there. And that just opens up a debate I think that's kind of unnecessary. Once you get into talking about these kids' personal life and what they was doing prior to the situation, the incident's supposed to be isolated because once I get too much information, then I don't be wanting to hear about it no more. You know. Okay. I can see my chat room now. What the hell was that all about? And then y'all, I have to unplug from social media. I do. I have to. I'll be having to unplug from the internet altogether because I just can't. I can't, you know. I need a break so I can concentrate on other things. And it seems like every time I leave the internet, if you don't go online for like 2 days, when you come back on, it's just like you missed everything. You know? I'm over here trying to binge watch Grace and Frankie. I have more important things to do, right? So I come on here today, and these people, like, some of us, it was an active shooter up at YouTube. I don't even know. We can get into that in a minute if you want to. Okay, but now California is saying they're introducing a bill. Okay, these black lawmakers and this shit. Okay, and they want to change the wording from, Black Lives Matter and them is up there speaking behind the podium as well. They want to change the law language from reasonable to necessary force. And they think that'll cut out on some of these excuses and they'll be able to prosecute more officers who shoot somebody who is unarmed just basically because they're able to explain it away or reason it away by saying, I thought that what they had was a gun. I thought they were reaching for a weapon or something like that. My question is there a real difference between reasonable and necessary? Because yeah, you can make the point that there is, but I feel like reasonable, I feel like you know what that means unless you just don't want to know what it means. So if there's a problem, Is this really, do you really think that this will address a behavioral problem or practice or something like that, if that's what's going on? Because if I tell you to use your judgment, that means to use your judgment. If you got poor judgment, you have poor judgment. It doesn't matter if I change it from use your judgment to use your discernment. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. My other thing too is, as much as on its face now, if it is going to work, then that's wonderful, right? Whatever could reduce these type of incidents across the board, of course, is a wonderful thing. I'm sure the police department would appreciate it. I'm sure civilians would more than appreciate if we could reduce these violent encounters, right?
Yeah.
Or are we saying, or does our police department have some type of quota or requirement, or what? Or it's one thing to say we got some racist cops out there, or some people who are biased, or people who are less law abiding or less empathetic or considerate, depending on who they're dealing with. That's one thing. It's something totally different to say that a police department or a group of police departments or our government, etc., is trying to exterminate a group of people, or they have some type of quota or some type of vendetta or something like that. And so from what I am hearing, from Black Lives Matter, from these Black Caucus members and these activists, from what I am hearing out of their mouth, they're saying they believe that there is a conspiracy to shoot, eliminate, erase Black people and Black men. However, their initiatives, their solutions, and their resolve involves the prosecution of individual officers. And so you should have some success with being able to do that. But this is like I was saying with that Kaepernick thing, when he said he's going to kneel until all of racism is eradicated. You better get real specific about what it is that you're talking about, or real specific about what it is that you want. Because it's not lost on nobody that you same people weren't interested in any of this when you had that Black president in office. So if your hate for Donald Trump and for Republicans is indirectly causing you to do shit you should have been doing anyway, this is what I'm trying to say. For you to come out here and tell me that unarmed shooting, officer involved shootings is as a result of a fucking language disparity, if you're gonna come out here and tell me it's because because they were trained to use reasonable force instead of necessary force, as if reasonable don't fucking mean necessary. This is okay. This is what I'm saying to you people. So speaking of Grace and Frankie, you know that's that Netflix series, and it's Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda, okay, and a bunch of other greats. It's a great cast. It's fantastic. So on one episode, there's a gorilla or something loose. So the police go around to everybody's house, right? And they're like, the gorilla got loose 2 miles away. Everybody's on lockdown. You can't leave. You can't go anywhere until the coast is clear. Okay. And so naturally, there's other things these people got to do, but they're stuck in here. And the warning is, until we get this wild situation, sorted out, I'm gonna need y'all to stay indoors. And it's just kind of like, Black folks y'all gonna have to pick one. Now, if it's an individual police officer shooting individualized type of, you've got some bad apples out there, is one thing, right? But that's not what you're saying. You're saying that it's a systematic racism issue going on that is causing people to subconsciously want to murder Black kids. At the same time, you only show up after the fucking fact. You only show up after the fact. And frankly, at this point, it's so out of control that for you to think any one piece of legislature, any one march or anything is going to solve the problem, you know, that's fairyland thinking. And you knew it was fairyland thinking when Obama's ass was in office. When Obama was in office, you know what, he's the president, but he's everybody president. He ain't just Black people president. Obama can't just wave his wand and fix everything and make it all better. You know, with a lot of different things, complicated. It was complicated when Obama was in office. Now that Trump is in office, it's so clear. And so that right there is really kind of irritating me, because you people have never had no damn solutions all this time when people was really, when it really mattered and everything was aligned the way it was supposed to be aligned with the president, the Congress, and everything the way that you wanted it. Why you didn't change the wording then, and then we wouldn't still be having this problem in 2018. So this is number one. And this is all them old ass congressmen and old ass lawmakers. Oh, the Black Caucus. Oh, we didn't put this old shit together. I don't want to hear that. Now all of a sudden y'all got all the answers. Now you know how government works. Now all of a sudden you trying to rectify, fix, and this, that, and the third, because you could have been rectifying this shit. When Obama first got in office, there are things that I expected a Black man, any random Black man I could pick off the streets, homeless, give him a haircut and make him a president. It's certain things that was going to be at the top of his list. And to get all the way to the end of his damn presidency to say, oh, you know, the Department of Justice had never even really calculated how many Black people versus white people, or how many people, period, been shot by the police unarmed. Really? That wasn't on your agenda? So honestly, like I said, a broken clock is right twice a day. If this lettering change, this little word change, if this all works, I don't see how it could hurt. But I don't feel like that's addressing the overarching issue. Meanwhile, the overarching issue is twofold. Okay? Because you got whatever's going on the police side, and you got whatever's going on with these kids that are out of fucking control. So meanwhile, while you have now decided, now that you have waited until I'm talking people who've been in politics 40 years. Now that you have absolutely waited to the till it has gotten completely and utterly out of control. Not just talking about the police situation, the drugs, the illiteracy, the illegitimacy, out of control. Now it's out of control. Shit done hit the fan. Now all of a sudden y'all want to come up here with these half-ass solutions. But dare somebody to try to help prevent the problem by offering some solutions with what to do with these badass kids that belong to y'all. And unfortunately, your solution is what your original problem is in the first place. If there is an imminent danger, the KKK is supposedly after you, and the police department. Because I'm saying supposedly because the KKK don't live in my particular neighborhood. That don't mean I can speak for your neighborhood. Maybe you got KKK in your neighborhood. There's parts of this country I done got out of the car and people looked at me like they have never seen a Black person before. And I'll be like, I'm just filling up and I'll be on my way. Don't you worry about it. But if there is an imminent danger coming from all these different sources around here, okay, the police, the government, everybody trying to get you, these women trying to get you in their hair weaves, everybody's trying to get you. It seemed to me like y'all would want to be in the house. It seemed to me like you would want to go inside. Well, what does that mean? That I can't live my life normally, and that you need to be living like you in the danger that you telling me that you in. So like the old people used to say, once upon a time it'd be raining outside. They'd be like, once upon a time when it used to rain, everybody used to go in the house. We used to cut off the lights, go to bed. You know, it comes a time when you need to just stop and you need to just really reassess what you're doing. You need to calm down. You need to go in the house. This is not the time to run out in the street protest. This is the time to go into the house because there's other things going on. Like homegirl who ran up there, tried to shoot up the YouTube. There's other shit going on in the world other than just your individual problem. Combined with whatever the government plans, the Illuminati, the Freemason Illuminati, the oracles, whatever. On top of that, people are people and got their own individual lives and situations, and people be on drugs and not paying attention. And it's all kind of predators, and it's a bunch of shit going on out here. You understand what I'm saying? Are you the people who still send your kids to Michael Jackson's house? Just in case, don't send your kids to R. Kelly house. I shouldn't have to tell. It shouldn't be nobody on my damn TV screen in 2018 talking about R. Kelly got my kids hostage while I just sent her over there to record a record. I don't want to fucking hear it because this is 15-year-old old ass news. We never gonna get a hold on the problem. We never gonna get a hold on the problem as long as on one hand you're saying we want them to use reasonable, good judgment, and you don't have to have no good judgment. And this is what's really going on. Stop treating these boys like they babies because they fucking not. And I'm not talking about any one individual, but I think there was enough times where it was some really innocent young men who had never been in trouble with the law, who was just walking home and it was a misunderstanding and on a dark and stormy night. And we have used that shit as an excuse over and over and over again to absolve any responsibility from our community. So everybody need to go in the house and get their shit together. And then come out and approach the government, the Congress, whatever, your local leadership, with like you got some sense. You can't ask the government to behave more civilly as you take to the streets and antagonize and talk shit. It sounds good. I've seen it in movies, but in real life, every time you meet this aggression with more aggression, it's just all you're gonna do is continue, and it's all it's gonna do is snowball. It just snowballs and makes the shit worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And the more that you tell these young men, it don't matter what you do, what you listen now, watch this. Because when it's Amber Rose saying it, it's clear. It's clear that this bitch Amber Rose has lost her ever-loving mind and there's something that's wrong with her. If she thinks that on anywhere on this planet that she and her girlfriends can afford to dress how they want, talk how they want, act like they want, not be about shit, and nobody's ever going to disrespect them, she's living on fantasy island. And matter of fact, when somebody do grab your booty, I don't want to hear about it. I wish Amber Rose would ever get on TV talking about she been sexually assaulted. I don't want to hear it. Not interested. While she out here trying to help everybody else to get assaulted with her because misery loves company. We understand it when we talking about the women. But then when it comes to the men, it's a whole nother standard. Now, personally, I do think there's a problem. I think there is a huge problem. And I also think that both parties are responsible. It's the police are acting like another gang. Okay, so the police is a gang, but that don't mean that these other people ain't in gangs or doing shit they ain't got no business doing either. You ain't gotta tell me that that the police will harass you for no reason. I got my car surrounded one time in the parking lot of a Gwen Stefani concert. I'm trying to pick up my little sister. And I just got there early to pick up her little girlfriend. The police came, surrounded my car, and I wasn't doing anything. I guess because my windows was tinted, I don't know. And then I reached for my cell phone. They acted all scared and all this other shit. Whatever. I see how stuff gets escalated really quickly. You know, But let me read these comments. Tell me what you got. What do you guys think? What do you think ultimately would be a solution? Did you hear about the shooting? Yeah, I heard about the shooting. Child, oh Lord. It'd be great when people took on an oath that they kept it. That's right. Granny used to say, be quiet and let the Lord do his work when it's right. See? Plus, we need to go to those damn lobbyists to limit the influence of our legislative branch. Those boys are young adults, just like the Parkland High School students. That's right. They want to disarm the cops and themselves. Bobby said people still protest the statues. See, I don't have no time for that. That's stupid. You should have protested the shit when they put it up. You should have protested it then. You know, there are things that we have really going on. Where are our tax dollars going? You know, what's going on? What is our relationship with the Vatican and with the Queen and what's really going on with this money? And what is our value, our dollar really valued? You know, what's up with our currency? What's up with even things going on in our government? It's just like they want to keep us so distracted. But at the end of the day, I don't have no control over what you people are doing, what you doing, and how you raising your kids and that type of shit. I just know that it's your responsibility to like do the best that you absolutely can to avoid these situations. That's going to have to be step one. And every time we come out here and don't talk about avoiding it and putting the blame on everybody else, you know, when these are the type of circumstances that only your kids seem to end up in, nobody else is having these problems. Shit. And then there's certain people can address the Black community and some people can't. Some people can say, you know, because the thing is that all these cops is not white. And from what I've heard, it's so much racism going on within the police department, within cops or whatever. You would think that the Black cops will come out and be nice to Black people, but they're not. So I don't know. Like, it's not like we just not gonna have no police. And at the end of the day, some of you little motherfuckers is terrorizing the community and running up and breaking up in people's houses and this type of shit like that. And we want to be able to call the police on you. You know, so what is this nanny state we live in where you want them to keep catch? Let me stop. See, that's why I don't even like talking about this because it's so kind of morbid. You know what I mean? But it's like an expectation of a group of, and it's not even a fatherless. People always bring up whether or not they have their fathers. I don't even think that has anything to do with it because you can be a single woman and raise decent kids. You know, it's just like, why is your child in these situations? You know, why your daughter ain't got no high school diploma? Why your son don't have no high school diploma? Why they got all these kids already? Why he not at work? One of the things that the conservatives was talking about before, when in comparing like the way liberals think is like, why are y'all so proud to be able to have your kids on your health insurance until 26, 27 years old? They should want to have their own medical insurance. Damn sure before 27. We want an economy where at 22 years old, you get ready to buy some property. At least thinking about it. You damn sure out your mommy's and daddy's house and worrying about what they got going on. That's what I'm talking about. We cannot bring it once it's done. By the time I don't know these people, I don't know these kids. By the time it end up on the news, it's too late. By the time it end up on the news, there's no amount of marching, legislature, or none of that shit that's gonna bring them back. So this is why I'm saying, if it's such an emergency, high alert situation, why aren't you treating it as such by having your ass in the house by a certain damn time? And going and taking that job that's demeaning to you. That's so you think, because they only paying you $9-10 an hour, but they're not putting your livelihood in question. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Brian Logan just went live. So, you know, my feelings won't be hurt if you go over there. But what was I saying? It's just like, it's not enough accountability. And I'm not even just talking about Black people, everybody. Why is your child changing genders already? They're not even out of high school. Why is your kids not graduating? What's going on? What is going on? Why is these kids is big? Why are these babies so damn big? What'd you feed these kids? They're not involved in no extracurricular activities. You're not making them do no sports. You're not making them do nothing. It's just everybody sitting around right now waiting on the government to come and do something for them, and it's just aggravating as hell. You think the school situation is dangerous? Take them out to school. Do it yourself. You live in this country, but you don't. Some of this stuff is elective. You don't have to participate. You want to have. Nobody told you how many kids to have. That is a decision you made. You can't live in a certain neighborhood and raise 4 and 5 sons and think it's not going to be no problem and nobody not going to get caught up in no shit, because at least one of them is. You know what I'm saying? These are kind of decisions I need you help us to make. You have as many kids as you want to. But if you don't plan on making no money, you don't plan on dealing with no man with no consistent job, then I don't want to see you boo-hooing and snotting after they get ran through this fucking system. What else was going to happen? It's some of this is that. A lot of this shit come with poverty. And then you allow these middle class people who ain't having none of them, probably all that Black Caucus shit, their kids and grandkids is not going through none of this. Ain't none of their kids ain't in jail, ain't been locked up or shot by the police, honey. None of them. Don't let them get on here and lie to you. They're using these poor people to come out here whenever they need to make a point. But guess what? Shit happens to you when you're poor. When you poor, you get beat up, you get abused, violated, molested. All that kind of shit happens to poor people. Abducted, sold, sexual slavery, prison. People take advantage of poor people. You know, but of course, and these things, you know, drug overdoses and stripping and prostitution and pimping and pornography, those are occupations of poverty. That's poor people shit. Of course, it's gonna be an epidemic amongst poor people. Were the people poor? That's what poor people do. So if you really care about them poor people, then the one thing you could do to help them would be to help them become unpoor. That's the only thing you could do for these kids. I'm sorry, you know, it's sad and all of that type of stuff. It really truly is. But I grew up in the hood, and I'm just trying to tell you that you got to stay your ass in the house. I didn't go to the house parties. Why? If somebody gets shot at the house party, somebody been getting shot at the house party every freaking weekend, Friday and Saturday, since before I was old enough to go to the house party. Why would I carry my ass over there too? These little girls in these gangs is getting in fights every day, every other day, and getting kicked out of school, and people's trying to shank their ass too, and they going the way. Why would I join with them? So what that mean? You got to stay in the house and stay out the damn way. And some of these kids is hard-headed and they don't believe, and you can't tell them to stay in the house because y'all didn't discipline them when they was little or something. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But all I know is after you don't protect them, why is everybody looking at us? What you looking at us for? When they bring up the statistics about the young black unarmed men that's been shot, somebody makes a counter argument. Well, it's been more white ones. If we go just by the numbers that have been shot, regardless of what their race was, I bet you they was poor. So these kids need education and these kids need jobs. Furthermore, also inconveniently, as y'all kiss these illegal immigrants' ass, it looks so cute for you to come out here and pretend as if you're getting ready to all of a sudden do something, and now you got the magical sauce ingredients for police brutality and police-related shootings in California, home of the Rodney King beatings and riots. It's just now occurring to you that you need to change it to necessary force. Yeah, right. It goes to the parenting. Bobby said, I blame the media entertainment. Well, entertainment does have a lot to do with it, too. And see, that's why this whole Meek Mill situation, this is a black judge. Wendy Williams got on TV the other day and tried to make it the white man fault. I believe, it's probably the mayor. It's probably the mayor of the city that is telling her, what to do. This fool Meek Mill is unappreciative. And she probably saving his life because he is really one of them square kids that want to hang out with the real Dulo gangsters and try to get street cred and act hard. But Meek Mill is kind of a square a little bit. And there's a few of them like that. See. And meanwhile, while y'all talking about free Meek Mill, Rick Ross, his manager or something like that, died in his house. And Rick Ross had a seizure and been in the hospital every other damn month. See? And what I believe is going on is that judge, because mind you, she see everybody criminal record, everybody who come in there when in the hood, when you go to the court and all the other people behind the court, this is another mistake people make. If any of your friends are convicted felons, tell them you don't need their support, okay? Because they'll come and sit in the audience, and guess what? The judge know their face and they file and what the hell all kind of their background is and what you've been doing. Now, a judge has the ability to make their own decisions. They are sovereign. They could really kind of, within reason, because that word reasonable again. But that judge over that Meek Mill situation sees that somebody who's entitled, who think he know everything and run to destruction real fast. And what she's trying to do is allow him to sit down long enough for his bad influences to get a little older and finish doing whatever it is that they're going to do. She's trying to save his life. But the mama like, no, don't punish him. And it's just so much of that. It's so much of that going on, and it's sad. And I just don't even want to get on it because we be in mixed company, and I just don't even want to beat up on y'all like that. But y'all know damn well that these kids is not coming out of here in a respectable way, coming out of this community the way they're supposed to. The males or the females. Not even close. And every time something happened to them, it's to the point, these mamas are so ridiculous. You can't even tell their son nothing. They get, tell my son. Their son could be dead wrong. I have seen it too many times. And so ultimately, it's everybody else's fault. Okay, but sometimes, okay, this is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes it's the police, right? But sometimes it ain't the police. Sometimes it's the baby mama. Sometimes, didn't that boy over the weekend, he was playing, him and this girl was playing with guns on Instagram Live, and she accidentally shot her own friend in the head on accident, just being silly. Now he's sitting up somewhere in intensive care. I don't know what be on these kids' minds, but where are these people any other time? You know. Here you go, Mama. Hold on. It's frozen. Still. I forgot I even had this in the freezer, but it's good. Here you go. Times have changed. Generation X pretty much screwed millennials over. I don't know. This situation's been going on for a minute. Lane, what you doing in your hair? I want to know. I'm so bored with my hair. Tell them I work in the hood. And even concerned with all the liberals we talking about. Or they aren't even concerned. Oh no, they're not. Stop importing hostile foreigners and let Americans handle their business. That's something else too. And free these jobs up. Free these jobs up, you know. And so isn't this so funny? So the liberals are going to allow as many illegals to come in here as they want and take jobs away from, they call them the low-skilled workers or whatever. But that basically means people who have not graduated high school, or people who maybe did graduate high school but don't have a lot of does not have a specific trade or a lot of work experience, etc. Those jobs, usually in the service industry. But then we turn around and we give all those jobs to foreigners, and then those people, those Americans that would be in those jobs are now, that's going to be our highest rate of criminals. And then when they do criminal acts, because the criminal act is happening towards people of another class in terms of they're going out and robbing other people. Well, I guess in terms of them killing each other, you know, whatever they do criminal wise, it's not their fault because of these economic conditions. But the whole time, the same people that's coming out here saying it's, you know, we as a community, you know, we as a community need to understand that it's never their fault. Like, some people are what you would call a public nuisance. Some people have become a public nuisance. Okay. Some organizations can be a public nuisance. If you ask me, I think a lot of these musicians, rap, rock and roll, all the way on down to R&B or pop music, some of those people can be a public nuisance. You know, they are spending millions of dollars to force their visibility and their brand awareness down our throat. But they don't have any social responsibility. They're not contributing anything positive. Every time we see them, they are doing something to promote something that's negative or to teach kids something that's too, you know, vile or overtly sexual or something like that. Public nuisance. Public nuisance. And then we have to be able to keep that at bay. You know, there's a difference between having a First Amendment, you know, First Amendment and free speech is one thing, but it's become something totally different now when you have billions, you know, when you have billions and billions of dollars behind a campaign and you're bussing people in and you're giving them talking points and shit, I wouldn't consider that free speech. You know what I mean? Free speech is our individual right to say what we have to say and have our own opinions. Free speech is not this billionaire, this corporation, etc., being able to come out here and create the narrative on every little thing that happens. I mean, they wanted to all the way down to the weather. You're going to believe whatever the hell they tell you to believe. And that's it. That's the final word. That's it. So you can't even dispute, you can't oppose it as it's happening to you. And I just think that's so ridiculous. I think that's so ridiculous. And I feel like it's so consistent with that line of thinking to come out here and say, we need a bill that's going to change the wording. I feel like what a way to look busy without not doing anything. Am I tripping? How about women that drove their family off a cliff down here in Northern California? I heard about that. That's disgusting. Listening while at the gym. 2018 is the year of getting our shit together. Love your show as always. Oh, thank you, Milo. I have a leave out, straighten my hair, and just moisturize. Ah. Right, but we are not teaching our children to think for themselves, so it's only going to get worse. And that's pretty much what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, prosecute. I mean, some of this stuff is just, you should have been doing it anyway. So if the situation is that police officers are not using their reasonable judgment and they're getting away with it, well, then that's adding credence to you have a bigger problem and you need to be working on that bigger problem. But that's too much work, and that will require you to focus on a group of people that you don't even intend on expending no energy on. You understand what I'm saying? If I was a white conservative, Republican, old white guy, because you know old white guys are right now supposed to be public enemy number one. If I was an old white guy and somebody said to me, we are changing the language because we're changing the language of this bill because you people are so racist and police are so racist that they want to kill all the black people off. And that's why we're making this bill where we're changing one word. I would be like, what is that gonna do? And if you really feel like this is an institutional problem, then why is it that when you had a black president and liberal democratic everything, then why didn't you change the system then? You know what? I don't know. Now, even talking about them kids that got drove off the cliff. I mean, I am having a hard time believing what I'm reading on the news these days. Which affects my ability to have an emotional response. And some of this stuff is just too good to be true. And then my question for them would be, where did they get them kids from? Are these kids that were taken from their family through foster care? Or were they adopted from some other country or something like that? Next, news ain't scratching the surface because nobody ain't told the truth yet. Don't nobody even want to report that stuff because it don't make no sense. Most black leaders are Democratic puppets. A teacher said I work for the city. These so-called black leaders are nothing but predators that take from the community but never put anything worthwhile back in it. Mr. G, changing a word. It sound good. But is it? But is there a difference? But is it a difference? Number one. Number two, if racism is ingrained to the extent that some of us may believe that it is, then you would know right then and there that no piece of legislature is going to really solve the problem, right? Where is the real conversation amongst intelligent folks about real solutions that will uproot these kids out of their environment? You know, personally, I think Dr. Umar Johnson is an ass clown, simply because of the fact that he don't have no damn personal self-control. However, the idea of boys going to a boarding school as opposed to youth authority is a splendid idea. The concept of them staying for the summers away or studying abroad for the summer or away at boarding school instead of going back to their neighborhood where a lot of where there might be too many temptations or it's just not safe. I think that's a great idea. I think that's a great idea. But then comes the other problem where the adults be acting like so damn irresponsible that who want to leave their kids with them? Well, we can't even get that credibility established. So I don't know. I just feel like the opportunity to make everybody's Black Power dreams was supposed to come true when Obama's ass got elected and before he left that office. Okay. And he threw a party in the White House and did shindig of this and concerts and all that other type of stuff. But what he didn't do was any of these things that have been talked about amongst Black people since the 50s and 60s. It ain't even like we didn't know what we wanted. That's BS. So now, kids, listen here. Get your education, get you some money, move your ass out the ghetto. Fast as you can. And be out here acting like it's booby traps and people out here trying to get you because they're trying to get everybody. And it's a group. There are kids that are not being hunted down and shot and murdered and that type of stuff. Definitely. Who get to make mistakes and who get another chance. You know, with that being said, them kids, according to the news, are $50,000 and so on in debt by the time they're 25 years old. They're talking about what they say is enough the credit card debt in the country now is like $300,000 per family or something like that. If they were to add it all up. So, you know, Black people don't get extended that kind of credit at all. So I don't even know why they even bother trying to act like American. They can just go ahead, let y'all, they ain't even talking about us, okay? Because our credit screwed up long before we could do any of that. Somebody be messing up our credit before we even get grown. So that ain't us. With the 300,000 per credit per household, nah, that ain't us. If any of y'all want to try to call in on this thing and see if you can add, let me see here. It's YouTube. So what's going on with this lady who pulled up on the YouTube? I guess y'all over this police shit because ain't nobody really got too many comments over there. We can talk about this YouTube lady. But my main question to y'all is, do you think that's the problem, is the wording? And do you think a bill where they change the wording is going to reduce the amount of police-involved shootings? Because that should be the goal, to reduce. Share permanent link. So, I guess how it works is I send you my email address or something. Wait, YouTube page. Here's the permanent link. Oh no. My hair is clearly standing up on my head. That's the damn camera almost turned on. I said, oh no. Okay, but here's the Hangouts link if anybody wants to join the conversation. So Grateful Girl says the definition of racism has been abused. I don't think half the country even knows what it means. And then in regards to the bill, she feels like it's going to reduce the number of police. So you think less people are going to want to be police officers, and that police officers will feel more vulnerable. Louis said changing the wording is dangerous and a slippery slope downward. And I mean, why can't they just be specific? Kiki, do you think China's tariffs will give us the opportunity to create jobs on resources we receive from them that we can produce ourselves? To create jobs on the resources we receive from them. Do you mean like the stuff we're getting from China, we can create jobs with that? Meaning their services or maybe some of their little cheap products or something? I think a lot of people already do. Our thing with China more so is that they have to buy our stuff too, or else we're not fucking with them. You know, they've been ripping off everything that we create, and then they just create it and don't buy anything from us. And that's the main problem that we're having. So ultimately, at this point now, anything to discourage everybody from working with them at all is probably the direction we're headed in. Obama wasn't about that American life. He was on the Muslim, gay, king of team, clearly. And why were they allowed to adopt 6 kids if they were abusive? Yeah, something's funny going on with that story. I don't even know. Kiki, you said my name right on the first try. Keontae said, I love this girl. Oh, listen. I know all about it, okay? I ain't going by Kiki for no reason. The California Constitution specifically stated that Chinese were excluded from becoming citizens because they are coolies, which meant they bring vagrancy and slavery, which was banned in California. Wow. And the Koreans said, oh, well, they weren't talking to me. As a white conservative with a family in the Bronx Police Department, I concur that is how we react. Bobby, this is getting ridiculous. I said, damn, the white man, you've been framed. Sometimes it be the white man. Sometimes it do. But sometimes it don't be the white man. Oh, shit. White man having a rough couple years, huh? Oh. These foreigners are demanding $15 an hour to flip burgers, forcing this automation in overdrive. Oh, and that's exactly what's going to happen is the robot, because ain't nobody finna be getting $15 an hour. Those women were in some bad things. But it's like, who knows, y'all, what the hell's going on around here, okay? And you don't stop. Who knows, okay? Huh, baby, say, who even knows what's going on? Cause I don't even know no more. I can't believe what happened at YouTube. Some dumb herbivore bimbo tried to shoot up the place because their videos got demonetized and age restricted. That was not very nice. Mr. G said liberal policies have taken away parenting from the parents. One of the reasons these kids are out of control. These kids are out of control. Out of control. Hey, Cozy. Out of control. And I mean, I hear y'all and all. And, you know, stop the violence, increase the peace, and all of that kind of stuff. But if y'all don't get these little badass little together, y'all know Fetty Wap. Y'all know Fetty Wap got somebody else pregnant with twins. Fetty Wap just had his 7th baby 2 weeks ago. Fetty Wap got 8 and 9 cooking in the oven. Probably been inseminated somebody with 10 and 11 as we speak. I don't know what's going on out here. Leave it up to One Eye Willie. Gotta show you, these bras ain't got no standards. No. Have you heard about the withdrawal support from some black women because of what he said about black women? Yeah, Wacky, I heard about that. The thing is I could pick up on all of that before in the first 30 seconds of that story anyway. I already knew what the personality profile was that I was dealing with. So, I mean, I didn't do tweets and all of that, just confirmed. But we all know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? We know what time it is, and how can I say this? Because y'all know we in mixed company. So I was watching Total Divas, right? And on Total Divas, these are the girls from the WWE or something. I don't even watch wrestling, but I watch Total Divas because they be arguing about stupid stuff and they have these cute little costumes and stuff. So anyway, so one of the girls, the black girl, is dating this Armenian dude. And the Armenian guy takes her home to meet his father. And so his father, they're sitting at the dinner table eating and stuff, and somebody brought up marriage. Anyway, they get to talking about marriage and stuff, and the father was just like, he has to get married soon because he can't just be, ma'am. And then what else happened? Yeah, would you like a diaper change too? But I can't hear myself think because we talk at the same time. But you can talk. You can talk and then I can talk. And then you can talk and then I can talk. And then you can talk. And then I'll talk. So anyway, the man was basically saying, like, you know, he can't be out here with no family and no responsibility, just roaming the streets. And it just like, I realized like people have cultural demands for their young men. The Black community has no such thing. Is that I don't know if that's supposed to be negative or what that is, but Black community don't have no such thing. And I played a clip the other day of Tariq Nasheed arguing with this Black woman who was an author, blah 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 blah. That's important. But she says that men are responsible for the women and children, and he was like, no, they not. No, we not. No, we not. So there is a certain amount of aimlessness. They say idle hands is the devil's workshop. There's so much idleness going on, and then it's the women that are enabling it. So we can't just say it's the men, because it's the women sitting around acting like the shit is cute and picking up the slack. You going to work so he can drive your car, and you can pay for his weed and his cigarettes, and you paying his child support, and you watching his kids. He getting his kids from the other bitch, dropping them off at your house, and then going on about his merry ass way. You know what I'm saying? Your son out here making kids with any old body. She working to pay for his bullshit while he run the streets. So he dropping them off for you, the babysitter. I mean, come on now. It's nigga shit is what it is. I don't know. There's not a professional term yet. When I encounter a professional clinical term for nigga shit, I will start using it. In the meantime, that's nigga shit. And then you get caught up in what is called a nigga moment. Y'all seen the Boondocks, right? You know what a nigga moment is. Then this is how you get caught up in a series of nigga moments. Out here being idle doing nigga shit, I don't even know what else to call it. You know what I'm saying? There are the Black men who were on their way to their wedding or coming home from work and innocent, really routine traffic stop gone all the way wrong. But we have used those incidents to carry on a bunch of these other incidents that is really a series of nigga events. And ain't nobody trying to get that part together. Now, let me tell you about nigga events. I don't even got nothing to say about this half at YouTube. Honestly, I ain't got no opinion about it one way or another. Because, YouTube full of shit. These people full of shit. The news is full of shit. And everybody's so full of shit that I don't even know when I can believe the story. And when I can't believe the story. Because I don't even see why she would have been demonetized or any of that enough to make... I don't know. And I don't know. I'll do some more research and get back on that to you. Also, I owe Tyrone, the embezzler, for the alleged embezzler for Howard University. I owe him an update. Okay, we got to do an update on him because he did a Roland Martin interview, and I sat here and watched it. Although it was like watching paint dry, because Roland Martin is boring, the lawyer full of shit. And this kid, ooh, he's a nerd. He's not the suave, American greed criminal that Instagram painted him out to be at all. This little nerdy ass kid. Okay. But before we get back to that, sophisticated people, okay, go get you some snacks or something. Let's talk about ratchet ass Blac Chyna ratchet ass. Did y'all hear about this ratchet shit? You want to talk about some nigga shit? This is some nigga shit. I don't know what else to call it. I don't. Tell me what else to call it. Blac Chyna takes her ass to Six Flags Magic Mountain. And number one, ain't that some ghetto shit? That is where that is ghetto. Okay, Six Flags is ghetto. All Six Flags excursions is ghetto. And Six Flags is for teenagers, okay, who want to walk around in the hot sun, get on roller coasters, and try to get phone numbers. Okay, go on a date and kiss without their parents seeing. Okay, no adult who could afford Disneyland tickets is subjecting themselves to fucking Six Flags Magic Mountain, not in, that one in LA. No, It's hot. It's I don't know what, year round over there. And everybody I know has either been in a fight, almost in a fight, or arrested fooling around with that Six Flags that Blac Chyna had her ass at, okay? Now, Blac Chyna is dating an 18-year-old, and like I said, it's for teenage boys, so that's why she had her ass at the Six Flags in the first fucking place with her stupid ratchet ass. And allegedly, some teenage girl, some poor little girl, 18 years old, so she was supposed to be there because she's a teenager. Remember, I told you, Six Flags is for teenagers, okay? Not Baby Dream, can't get on no roller coaster. The little kiddie section is not even that deep. You better off taking her to Disneyland. Like, I'm not trying to hear it. So allegedly, this little girl walked past and touched Chyna's baby's hand while the baby was with the nanny, talking about, oh, the baby cute or something. This girl is clearly 18 years old. She do not look like the stalker. She does not look like any of that. Okay, but you want to talk about racism and racial profiling, etc. Because this little girl who hair wasn't half-ass combed, and she's this regular looking little black girl. Chyna felt like it was okay for her to start a bunch of shit with this girl, talk about how she wanted to fight her and kick her ass and all of that, until the little girl approached her, which she should not have done, and said, you said you was going to kick my ass, and I didn't even know that was your daughter, and they exchanged words. Here's where it gets ugly. Chyna's 18-year-old boyfriend commences to punching this girl and her friend and hitting on them at this park. Okay, now they got Chyna on camera flailing her arms around, acting like she gonna hold me back, like she gonna do something when she wasn't finna do shit. But that boyfriend of hers is the one who was putting them hands on them females. And when TMZ got the little girl on there to do the interview, and the little girl talked about how he was punching on them, and then they said, well, are you filing a police report? She said, well, the police was there and they told us all to just let it go, because that's what they do when they don't feel like taking nobody to jail. Because that's what people do, is go to Six Flags and fight. Okay, anyway. So they would just be arresting people all day. And then they're not in the mood. It's too hot. It's too hot for all of that. So I can see why they was. I can see the police saying just let it go. That's a pretty standard response. However, you shouldn't be letting it go, because that's a man. That's a man, and her being Chyna and having security guards and or whatever it is, this bitch thinks she got going on, does not mean that now these men get to put their hands on girls and fight people for her after she run her mouth and talk all that shit. And in real life, though, all the hood people, that's where they go to Magic Mountain. And in real life, Chyna can't go up there with just her friends. She can't go up there with her and what's that broad name, Amber Rose or something, and be carrying on like that, because she'd have got her ass whooped. She'd have really got her ass whooped. But this is how people, something that small, and then now the police is involved, and then somebody gets seriously injured and seriously hurt, and it's the park fault, it's the police fault, it's everybody else's fault. No, it's y'all damn fault. Because first of all, she ain't got no business up there in the first place. None. No business. And I looked at that and I said, now, what Chyna don't understand, poor baby, bless her heart. What Chyna don't understand is that family that she done got mixed up in has every intention on taking that little girl from her the first opportunity that they get. It's already on the damn agenda. And they've been priming her and setting her up for it. That's why he put out there that she had the drugs and was doing the drugs and all of that. Because they're not going to take that baby overnight. But before it's all said and done, Kris Jenner finna be raising that baby. And what he do the next day? Got up and went and filed. No, you do not need to be having these men around my child. And he's right. Because look at the kind of men you picking. They out here fighting women at the amusement park. So Rob is absolutely correct. And he said he want that damn child support decreased. And when you can't afford to take care of these little boy toys no more, they're going to disappear. That's why he want the money to decrease. Because he know it's getting bankrolled on buying amusement park tickets for your boyfriend. You ain't even had a baby. The nanny had the damn baby. For all of that, the baby could have stayed at home with the nanny while you and your little boyfriend went out to the amusement park. Instead of you sitting here trying to pretend like you was parenting for the weekend, girl, because you wasn't. Ooh, that child is ratchet. Every time somebody says something about her mama want to come up and take it. No, girl, you did not raise this little girl. She ratchet as hell. Some niggertrude. Niggertrude. Rad said police will retire earlier now or not be a cop. It's dangerous. These kids are crazy and they have parents who discipline them by hitting every time is the reason why police have to hit or shoot these kids. Well, it's interesting you say that because from my observation, kids who get spankings early enough get and fear their parents, and then you're not supposed to still be needing to spank your kids by the time they're in middle school and they high school and they grown. If you still having to beat them when they in high school, the baby probably your child. I ain't talking about smart ass mouth. I'm talking about they need a whooping, then they probably developmentally might be a little developmentally challenged or something, and it happens. But the thing is, at some point, you're supposed to be able to talk to them. And these kids, and from what we learned on this surveillance tape, is these motherfuckers don't follow no damn instructions. This is the non-listening, non-instructions followings. So what you essentially doing is asking your police to behave as mental health professionals. And they have to go out here and assume that everybody is mentally unable to follow directions. They have to go out here and assume that if they say stop, that your grown ass won't know what that means. Now, with that being said, another thing that happens in the hood is all that damn patrolling when people ain't doing nothing. And the police sometimes, I think, are too familiar with these kids and calling them by their nicknames and using them to get information out of them and playing with them and catching with dope and let them keep it and, sleeping with some of the little girls down too. Don't get it twisted. Let's not be stupid. Let's not be dumb. Now, the police allow who's selling to who they allow who's it. It's always some people in the neighborhood who've been selling dope longer than anybody, but ain't never been arrested. But they've been selling dope for generations. Like, how my grandmama know y'all sell dope out that house? How long you been selling that? Child, they sell the mama sell dope, the grandma sell dope, they selling dope. Don't get arrested out that house though. Some skullduggery is going on. It's some of that too. Following kids home from school, harassing them. What you doing today, boy? Where you going? And standing on their porch. I used to spend a lot of time in the courtroom in high school. With my dad's girlfriend, watching her try cases and going back and lock up. And I didn't heard a lot of shit. And what I did realize is the police know every criminal in their neighborhood. They see the same people walking every day. They see the same people on the same block. They know who is who. They know who is who. Especially if you're somebody who get in trouble all the time. So
I've been studying the Hakka, the traditional dance of Maori peoples.
I think if anything, you're gonna see the really truly ending segregation is ultimately what's gonna have to be the end result. That's what's gonna really have to go down. You're gonna have to let them immigrants have them neighborhoods, and you're gonna have to go blend in with everybody else. All them inner city neighborhoods, you ain't gonna be able to have them. But this is where this is gonna continue to go down.
No.
5, 6, 7, 8.
To Quasi, did I say that right? You said I missed my last few lives. We just chit-chatting. Gilbert, did you watch Roseanne? Yeah, I watched Roseanne last night. And that's a good, actually, Gilbert, thanks for bringing it up. Right on topic with what we're talking about. Darlene got 2 kids that's doing whatever they want to do. The little boy, I think he's going to be a little girl. The daughter is a smart ass. She's telling Darlene what to do. She don't follow directions. She's disrespectful. Have you heard about condom snorting? No, Kim, I have not heard about that. I don't know what you're talking about.
I just think it's
Not communicating, not listening, yep, and they are not mental health professionals, nor are their salaries. It's the opposite. The kids who have never been disciplined that are acting up, no respect, having bastards. Exactly. It's the kids who don't have discipline. It's this, that narcissism, that narcissism. And some people think that discipline is a spanking. Discipline can come in the form of spanking. I think spankings are probably most effective if you use them to keep kids from doing something dangerous. Like if I told you not to stick the damn fork in the socket and you don't listen to that, maybe an ass whooping to jog your memory next time. But you don't need to spank your kids for every little thing. Obviously, that's not going to be effective. But you have to have some type of discipline. Some of these kids got whoopings or whatever only when their mama was tired of them. Only when the grown-ups wanted them to leave a room. Only when the grown-ups wanted them to clean up something or do something right at that moment. And they didn't, But in terms of we're going to eat at the same time every day, I'm going to be mindful of what you're watching. I'm going to be mindful of who you spend time with. I'm going to be making sure that you're getting a healthy diet, nutrition and that kind of stuff. I don't give kids meat and cheese, I can't tell you how many times some parent then walked in on their kid eating a tomato. She don't eat tomatoes. Look, I'm not going to make a hamburger and get a baby meat and cheese. This hamburger got lettuce and tomatoes on it. Now, she didn't pick the tomatoes out, and she's going to eat the tomatoes separately so she can enjoy her meat and cheese burger, and I feel like that's fine. But you just let your kids just don't eat no vegetables? Never? Okay, she don't like tomatoes, but what vegetables does she like? They don't eat vegetables. Well, okay then. You just don't want them to have no discipline? I don't understand that. You setting your body, your physique up for the rest of your life when you were a kid. So, whatever. Whatever. I don't know. People just need to do better. But some of this stuff, that's why we're talking about race versus class. Some of this stuff is a class issue. Palmera said DACA alone costs the American taxpayers $1 trillion per year. Isn't that crazy? Grateful Girl said, I also don't allow wine into my house, so tell me about it. Tell me about it. And that's the thing, like, wow. That's why some people, I don't even like to be around them when their kids just taking complete control and throwing temper tantrums and stuff. And I'm just like, why are you allowing that shit? I ain't allowing that. Sometimes you can't make them do this. So you can't. It's not about making them like, your kids running your house. They just don't respect you. It's the same thing with a pet. I mean, just go to show you, Y'all seen the dog whisper? Shit, ain't no alpha in this house. The dog gonna run the house. Come, boo boo. Come, boo boo. Come, boo boo. What's up, Gaza? The cops know all the criminals, and all the criminals know who the crooked cops are, which makes me think that in some of these instances, it could just be like, what was that one Tupac movie where they had killed the kid and blamed it on somebody else? You know, we can't even believe everything that we hear. Cut welfare and see how much of these foreigners will scatter like roaches. Won't they be out of here?
Yeah.
What you smiling at?
It's no big deal. We could just do something chill.
I'm sorry. Ouch. That don't hurt. You're so strong. Baby picked up a whole dog today. Here. It was a little Pomeranian, but she reached out like she was going to get a dog a hug, and then she picked it up. I'm like, why are you so strong? Why are you so strong? I told Daddy you want a puppy. He said he ain't cleaning up after they're giving it no walks or doing nothing. We're going to have to keep working on him and this puppy. Why do side hoes act like they can beat wives? All these videos of them losing bad. Are you talking about they fighting or something? Sonetta Studios. Kiki, are you a Hebrew, Israel, Muslim, or a Christian? I'm a Christian on record. For the record. Whenever I acted as a kid and didn't realize I was being a brat, my cousins. What did I say? Your cousins rang you in before you got in trouble. Oh, that's good. What's up, Ty? Real wives strengthening black families. That's what's up. Do I mean, what do you mean, Louis? Let's see what Louis said. What's up, my sister? Is this the real Sonetta or this one of them accounts? One of them parody accounts. Not even in LA, that's Valencia. Yeah, that's what I meant to say, Valencia. I mean, but it's not that far. It's like, it's like a 30-minute drive, 40-minute drive. And that's where all the LA people go, and it's ratchet. Do you think Fabulous got set up? First of all, D's everything. First of all, Fabulous don't like that heifer, okay? He don't like Emily. He never did. He never showed no like. And, you know, now let's go back to the same accountability shit we've been talking about all this time, girl. How many more ways do this man need to tell you he don't like you? And then go back to when we talk about now, this somebody who obviously got a father because their father's involved in this whole thing. But why is your daddy and your brother even working for him? And I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg. Was the parents already working there or what the hell? I don't know. But the thing is, how is your father going to protect you and work for him at the same time? And it's not even like Fabulous got this big booming recording contract, music career, whatever popping off. He just did a project with Jadakiss, Freddie versus Jason or something like that. I don't know. I listened to it all the way through. You know, lyrically it's up to par, but I mean, it's not current in that way where I mean, what they gonna do? Tour? I don't know. I don't know what these people are doing, but I can't imagine Fabulous having something that fabulous going on. I always thought his rap name was feminine. I don't know why nobody never said nothing about that. Oh, it's not fabulous. It's fabulous. Like, boy, bye. And he's always been rude to her. You know, she came on Love and Hip Hop. He wouldn't film with her. He didn't want no parts of it. He don't like her. He's not in that relationship with her. Now, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Okay? But there's some men out here that are looking for women to take advantage of that they can treat like shit. And Emily got dunce written, scripted across her damn forehead. She is the prototype. Okay? I'm a bad girl, but I'm going to get in front of the camera and in front of people and try to act all soft and sensitive and demure, but I want to date criminals and hold the drugs and that type of shit. Girl. They don't care as long as they can be part of fame. Right. Oh, you checked for me way too real? Well, shout out to him. Shout out. So I never put work in. Look, these people so full of it. Why is it that so now fast forward, y'all done got into another altercation. He didn't pull it out on your daddy. He didn't damn near, or they said he allegedly knocked her 2 front teeth out. But I mean, I don't know what else to do, Emily, because we've been telling you that the man don't like your ass. But this has been going on, according to her, 27 years. What she want me to do? Send her a pigeon, a smoke signal? Girl, he don't like you, girl. He don't like you. You are there for one reason and one reason only. You are a kicking post for him, a scratch post. When he is having a bad day, he needs to be able to come and slap the shit out of you and emasculate your father for his entertainment. That's what he all about. You a pretty girl, but you dumb as hell. And fools like him like to take a dumb pretty girl like you and make you look a hot ass mess and have your self-esteem all ran through the ground, so you'll be stuck taking their shit forever. So congratulations, girl, for getting cheated on and beaten on for the rest of your life. And it's so much of it is her personality, to the point where he wrong as the days is long. But her next man is probably gonna do the same shit. Because this is her mentality. This is why Princess going through what she going through. Like she went through with this nigga before. It's just your mentality. Stop looking for a man to come and save your ass and get up off your own ass and be about something and do something with your life. Fabulous can't be 35. Fabulous gotta be 40. Damn near at least. Oh, Louis and Random arguing. I ain't getting into that. Sips tea, SOS, get some self-esteem and some real counseling. I mean, God. At daycare, I told a kid, when you sit in this classroom, you in my chairs. If you lean in my chairs, you won't have fun. Fucking the kids. Fucking the kids at the daycare. He 40. He gotta be 40. He gotta be. Did you Google it? Key 40, did you Google it? He gotta be 40. Fabulous old ass. Word is he was mad at Emily because she was with French Montana. Guess she was trying to make Fabulous jealous. This is the other thing too. This is why I say it's the mentality. I used to take up for every woman in this situation. Any type of domestic violence, any type of shit like that. I used to take up for these bitches, right? But y'all, I had this homegirl who, to this day, the bitch still ain't no good, to the point where every once in a while, her husband would hit me up, because we was all mutual friends. Every once in a while, her husband would hit me up on some like trying to check on me type shit, but really he know I'm the only person who know what type of monster he married, and misery love company. Like, come be this bitch friend again. No, I'm not gonna come be this bitch friend. So she got somebody else to nerves to get on other than yours, dummy. Because you knew the bitch wasn't no good. Okay. And this girl got beat up by her boyfriend real bad. The boy beat her up in front of his mama. Now, it wasn't until years later that I found out that he was a dope boy and she was driving his Mercedes around while he was at work or doing whatever the hell it is dope boys do. And she had some other dude in his car. I'm like, why you put, and then where they were so small that you forcing him to kind of make an example out of you. I mean, at the end of the day, if you go, okay, let me back up. You got ladies and nice ladies and young women, okay? And then you have street bitches. Street bitches, okay? Street bitches is when the rappers is talking about their bitches and hoes and all of that. That's who they talking about is street bitches. Street bitches is girls who get broke and turn tricks, sell drugs, go to jail, love to fight all the time, hold your drugs, you know, got a baby daddy that's a blood and a baby daddy's a crip. Matter of fact, she probably used to gangbang sometimes. You know, that is a street bitch, okay? Them street girls know the rules. Now, Emily is somebody who probably don't have to be a street bitch, but she want to be because she's so lazy. And then she want to do trifling shit like hang out with other dudes. She needs to not talk to no rappers, period. She needs to leave rappers alone. You know what I'm saying? And in the same way that, oh, it's a double standard. Men could do this, men could do this, men could do that. When you become a street bitch, you sign up for it. You know what time it is. When you dating a certain type of dude, I just said he put out an album called Freddie versus Jason. All he's surrounded with is talking about murder, death, shoot, and kill. That's what his mentality is. And he best believe he feels like he has to live up to that. So he in LA, you follow him to LA, you deliberately fuck with somebody knowing that whoever it was she was fooling with, knowing it was gonna get back to him. Where are your children while you're doing this? And then when he threatened you, now you got his daddy in his house. At the end of the day, that's Fab house. That's not his daddy's house. When what you should have did was packed up your shit and went to your daddy's house and stayed there. That's what you should have been doing while he was in LA. You should have been packing up and leaving and not going out there antagonizing and fucking playing with this nigga that you know is crazy. Girl, them your eyes and your teeth. Like, what you want me to do? Send a picture? A dope boy, like a dope boy, somebody who sells drugs. Fine, that's a drug. Somebody sells drugs. If her and Fab had problems or broke up, she should have never been seen with anybody else. I mean, the thing is, you can do what you want to do, but it's certain dudes that come with it's a certain element, a certain type of something. If she met a lawyer dude, some construction worker or something, you know, in her local town, got a babysitter, went around the corner for coffee, she would be in this problem. You in the studio thotting it up with your friends with your freakum dress on till 3 o'clock in the morning and left them kids God knows where. This is why you getting called everything but a child of God on the goddamn voice messages. And then you then came home and got your daddy and them involved in it, but what you should have been doing is packing your shit and you should have been leaving him a long, long time ago. And he don't have nothing for her. You can leave your man and go get with somebody else all you want to, but if your man is crazy, just know that the person that you move on him for, he's gonna have to be bigger and crazier than the one you left. And gonna have to be willing to put his damn life on the line when this crazy ass man is coming up here mad to see about the mother of his children. Why is he arguing with your daddy? Where's that nigga you was laid up with 3 days ago in LA? That's who should have been in that job. That's who would have came home with me to move my shit. Girl, bye. Weak, okay? Weak. W-E-A-K. So since you don't have no game, Emily, what you need to do is you need to go and get you a job and be on some square shit and stop trying to be a street bitch because you're not really a street chick. Street chicks don't care about none of that. Now, Blac Chyna, that's a street bitch. All she had to do was marry Rob and sit up somewhere because you can't be collecting all these baby daddies and think people going to keep marrying you. But she could not do that because she's so street. She like fighting. She like having sex with random people. She like getting high and tripping and being in the streets. She like going to the strip club. She likes working at the strip club. Chyna is a street chick. She cannot be domesticated. You cannot turn that into no housewife. Rob tried and he failed miserably, but to Rob's defense, there is not going to be any taming of that. That is what it is. And then people like Emily see them now. What's the other girl name? Amber Rose is a street chick. She been stripping since she was 15. Cardi B, those are street bitches. Them the kind of girls parents don't even look for them. They 16 years old. They walking in the house at 4 o'clock in the morning. Their parents ain't even looking around the neighborhood for them. And they're little girls. And their mama don't care where they are in the middle of the night as teenagers. Okay? They can tell their mama anything. I'm staying at Susie's house. Okay, street bitches don't have the kind of mama that's going to call Susie mama to check to make sure they really going over there. You know, they wasn't raised right. But them girls like that can hold their own. You see? Now, he would try that with Black China or Amber Rose and get his ass stabbed. For real. He'd be getting stabbed. But then you have girls like Emily, and it's a lot of girls like that. Beyonce is one of them who want to pretend to be the street chick because they like to date these dope boys and they think that that's the life. But the thing is, girl, if you ain't from the ghetto, you better stay your ass out the ghetto because these niggas will have you in jail, teeth missing, black eye, jacked up, no credit, criminal record, and they be out here with the next heifer. They'll be out here with the next one while you'll be sitting up here looking stupid. See, he can knock her teeth out. He can do whatever he want to do to her. You see, he went to that concert and them girls were still cheering for him. Fabulous can go out here and make 5 more children. And them people will love them kids, will love him. The women will love him. They will treat him like he never did no wrong. So I don't know what point it is everybody got to prove. But you better leave them niggas alone. Black China is a street broad. She wasn't raised right. You can take the girl out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the girl. Well, it's a difference between a hood chick and a street bitch. There's a difference. Okay? Now, a hood chick is somebody who just came up in the hood and you know what time it is. You know where the gangs are. You know where it's at. You know where to stay away from. You a hip square. You know what I'm saying? You know what time it is, but you staying out the way. For example, y'all seen Friday. Okay, so Nia Long's character, that's a hood chick. Now her sister, the one that's sleeping with Debo, Felicia is a street bitch. There is a difference, okay, between a hood chick and a street bitch. Now, hood chicks don't want these niggas. Hood chicks is trying to get out the hood and get them a square and go sit down somewhere and act like they got some sense. Hood girls is trying to get out of the bullshit. The street bitches, they just love it. They love it. Love it. I'm from South Philly. If you talk to me and was around me, you would never know it. See? The hood chicks ain't trying to stay in the hood. The hood chicks on their way out. But a street bitch love the hood. You can't get a street bitch out the motherfucking street. You can't tell her nothing. Child, a street bitch will look. Can't wait to tell you they man in jail. Girl, he in jail. I'm going up there every Saturday. Ain't nobody like a street bitch got the stamina to go to jail, stand in line, show her ID, get patted down, faithfully drive 2 hours every weekend. They built for that shit. Yeah, Emily was a fashion stylist, but fashion style played out, no money in the budget for that. Because what is that really? That's not no real job. Fashion stylist. That ain't no real job. Shit. You started off as a fashion stylist, but you still ain't no fashion designer. The Black community shouldn't even have no damn problems with all these bras that's got all these millions of dollars and ain't got nothing to do. Because they didn't got pregnant by some rich athlete or entertainer. Shit, there should be nothing but community programs going around. What else do you have to do with your time? Get with the program. Oh, God. Where's my moderators? High user. Let's see if that works. Because ain't nobody got time for that. It was a real job. No, yeah, it was. I mean, especially when music videos and stuff first started taking off. But it's not a consistent situation. See them in the hood going at it, let them be. That won't change their lifestyle. My dad was murdered trying to take up for his sister. See? And I lost 2 uncles like that too, trying to take up for their sister. I swear our girls got to look past being a CNA or a hairstylist. There's more out there, ladies. It's something. It's either to work or make it moderator. I mean, you can make good money with a trade, you know, and being a hairstylist is one, and CNA, those are good trades, you know. You got to do what you got to do. My whole thing is just be realistic. You know what I'm saying? Just anybody can say they're a stylist and put that on their business card. That don't mean that it's enough money for you to really live off of. Emily could have parlayed the stylist into fashion designer. That's what she should have done, especially since he didn't marry her, and he ain't going to because he don't like her. He don't like her. They just conveniently ended up around each other, and that girl been dragging on for dear life, and he been kicking her in the face and treating her like shit. And then he likes that he gets to dog her. That's what he likes about her, is the dogging out part. This is why guys go to the strip club, so they can go be assholes and throw their money at some girl and not have to be respectful in order to get her to shake and get naked in front of them. This is the psychology behind it. So it's not as if like it's unheard of. I've seen this a lot. Girls be in a relationship with a dude that don't like them. No, there's nothing wrong with a trade. Yeah. It's cool, Envy. They have the worst chemistry. They have no chemistry. Key, he don't like her. D said Fab really don't like Emily. Everybody know it. He don't like that girl. So I guess Emily and her family got to find jobs. No, they're not going to. They ain't going to. This shit gonna get swept under the rug, and they gonna keep doing everything the way they've been doing it for the past 30 years. He do not like that girl, and he never did. See, y'all see it too. Y'all my people.
Maybe we should.
Harmony said, what kind of people? The kind of people that recognize when two people is faking it. I don't know what's up with all of the, I don't know. It seems like people just be doing stuff for convenience, I guess. They remind me of Lamar Odom and his first son and his baby mama. That poor girl he used. He ain't never liked that girl neither. He just used her and abandoned her. And the fact that Chloe, I never felt sorry for Chloe ass. Because, girl, as soon as you found out how he did his baby mama and you still fool with Lamar, you get whatever you deserve, bitch. I don't want to hear it. And you in LA, so it's no way you didn't know he was a crackhead, girl, because everybody else knew. So how you ain't know? Stop the press. You knew about Lamar and Portia knew about Cordell, and y'all need to cut it out. Emily must be getting something out the relationship. Oh, yeah, she getting something out of it for sure. And I'm sure she didn't mean for this stuff to get messy, but the thing is, you got kids and stuff, and you're supposed to be setting a decent example, and you should just want more out of life than that. I love that ass whooping that Chrissy gave Cabela over Emily. You know what? Kimbella just happened to need an ass whooping, but I didn't think that Emily needed somebody fighting her battles for her. But Kimbella just needed an ass whooping anyway. So I guess in whatever way she got it. Chloe known for going after men who did their first baby mama wrong. Ooh, okay. Emily gonna stay with Chrissy and Jim Jones. Chrissy need to get her girl. You get tired of that. Them girls like that, they don't never listen to advice. Never. They never. I be trying not to tell y'all people business on here, but I be wanting to tell y'all these stories because they be calling me with some nigga shit here. I be like, now you know. And they don't even, my friends don't even call me when they first start because they already know I'm going to tell them to stop doing what they doing before it gets ridiculous. And they don't even want that phone call because then they don't want to hear I told you so. So they let me tell them in their head, don't do that, girl. And then when they know I'm going to be like, I told you so, then they call, then they want to call me and figure out how to fix it. Y'all don't leave these bums alone and stop playing. Chrissy ain't do nothing but made a punk move. She snuck her. She snuck her. She did. She did sneak her. But she knew all them cameras and everything was going to get to her. And I mean, not the cameras, the security. And it's just kind of one of them things like, don't act ignorant because these security is over here. Chloe just wants dark meat. I don't know. When I was in high school, the white boys didn't date Armenians. I think they date black men because they don't have a choice. I think that's who they date, who likes them, you know? Kimbella ain't had no draws on dirty, so that's another one. Joel Santana took his ass to jail recently for something hella stupid. He took a gun into the airport. And then when they saw it, he just ran. Like, he shouldn't have done that. What if they could have tackled him and really hurt him or something? Chrissy went out with the top drug dealers like Alpo Martinez. Jim Jones is a downgrade for her. You can tell. Look, you guys, spill that inside tea, okay? I don't know who Alpo Martinez is, but he sounds dangerous. And furthermore, you could tell now Chrissy is street. And you could tell because she is never afraid. Not even when she should be. And she concerns me. Now, them Love and Hip Hop LA girls, ain't none of them girls ain't street or hood. I don't know what they got going on. All of them is just sitting around waiting to get their heart and soul ripped out from under them. When that damn Centerview, Ray J Centerview full of shit ass, that charlatan, when he get through, Princess finna be the next one with a bald head walking around here and watch. When he get through doing a number on that poor girl, she don't even know the depths. She thinks she know. She thinks she know. Oh, no, girl. Oh, no, girl. He finna fuck up your whole life. ABC, Sundays and Mondays at 8, 7 Central. Jay Santana was high and paranoid off drugs, or who knows? Princess, poor princess, poor little tink tink, poor little tink tink. You finna get cheated on for the rest of your existence, okay? When he die, girl, you gonna go to his funeral. It's gonna be other bitches and babies and shit that you didn't know nothing about. I'm tired of them too. Ray J is a mess. He remind me of my narcissistic ex. Child, everything wrong with him. You want to talk about red flags. And he ain't never sober. That poor thing. Poor baby girl. Where's she from? She was like she from the Midwest or something. Whole thing. She that came out to LA. She just was pretty and just thought that I'm pretty. I should be able to do something with that. Yeah, girl, get ran through. That's all they got for you, honey. And you so pretty and you ain't got nothing else going on too. Oh, pretty girl. You know what they finna do to you? They finna ruin you. And take turns, girl. And then one of them dog you, the next one gonna come along and go, girl, I'm here to save you, girl. And then he gonna dog your ass. When Mayweather get through dogging them, then one of them comes say, come here, baby, let me save you. And then they dog him too. That's where Nelly got that girl he dogging out. Ooh. Okay, let's take a poll. I'm sorry, sophisticated people, you won't be able to participate. Because you won't know who any of these ratchet bitches are. But who is worse between Crystal Smith, Nelly's girlfriend, what's her name? Miss Jackson. This Emily child. And Princess. And if April get on here and complain about Omarion gay ass one more time, she gonna be on the list too. Miss Jackson, she the worst one? I think so too. I want to say Crystal just because I don't like her. But the truth is that Miss Jackson. She's the worst. Marla says Chantel. Chantel Jackson. You are the weakest link. Are you buying Cardi's album on Friday? Hell no. Yes. Lane said Jackson. Oh, D said we got a vote for Emily. April is a mess. April knows better. Tom said, I don't know any of these people. I'm sorry. That's a good one, girl. Emily. Keontae said Emily. Spirit said Emily. Ooh. Okay. Miss Jackson got a strong contender in Emily for the weakest bitch. Goodness gracious. Girl, get you some backbone, girl. You making us all look bad. Goodness gracious. Cooksey said Emily. Well, shout out to all of y'all on the ratchet parts of the internet with me. Oh, go get a snack during this portion. I only know Emily and her family can move up. Them Dominicans in New York have businesses and ties to drugs. That daddy do look a little bit street himself. Just really can't stand Miss Jackson. Something about her spirit not right. It's not right. But see, that's another Passover from Floyd Mayweather, and so is Princess. So for those of y'all who don't like, I don't know who these people are. So Floyd Mayweather has a habit of getting these really pretty girlfriends. He buys them a bunch of stuff, but then when they fight and they break up, he takes all his stuff back. So this has been going on for so long that at some point the girls got a hang of it, got caught on and said, okay, I'm gonna make sure I leave the situation with something. You know, people probably warned them or they watched the blogs or whatever. And so Miss Jackson reportedly is known for wait until Floyd, the relationship was already on the rocks. We all know who Floyd Mayweather is, right? Okay, so the relationship was on the rocks. She waits till he leave town and gets all of her designer bags and shoes that he bought and moves them out of the house. And so he comes back and the stuff is gone. So he filed a police report and he basically is trying to say that she stole these things and they belong to him because he purchased them and they were in his house. And she can break up with him all she wants, but those are his things and he needs to keep them because he is the petty king. Okay. He is the petty king. And then she started dating Nelly. So she could stay in the limelight and keep getting nice stuff, I guess. P. Measy said he's an Indian giver. He is. Now, Princess, yeah, Floyd's hella petty. Princess Love is now married to Brandy's little brother, Ray J, and they're on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood together. But Princess was also one of Floyd's girlfriends. And she just transitioned from being Floyd's girlfriend to being Ray J's girlfriend. And then we expected, because him and Ray J are pretty close, they still cool. So, I mean, I guess Floyd didn't care. I don't know. Talk about a narcissist. Floyd, yeah, he's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, so basically every time Floyd picks these obscure girls that nobody don't know, he don't date them when they already famous, you know? Hey, Tisha. Judge Judy said you can't take back a gift. Floyd is petty, though. He petty like that, but that would probably explain why homegirl is not, you know, in jail or nothing. Is there any hope of those lame-ass guys reforming themselves when they get older? No. There's too many of them out here, especially in Philly. I mean, I don't think so. Not really. Like, they might get better, but, you know, of real quality. The funny part about guys is they be thinking that they think they know. Like, I used to be a dog. You know, you still are. They either a dog or they ain't, if you asking me. I totally forgot Ray J was with Floyd Money Team. Oh, yeah. And remember, and Floyd Mayweather and Ray J and Fabulous got into this huge fight the night of one of those Floyd Mayweather fights. They got into this big ass fight. And Ray J called into the Breakfast Club and went off about Fabulous. Oh my goodness. This is old. This is old news. Hey, mommy. We was talking about police brutality. I don't know how we started talking about these ratchets, but this should be so unbelievable. Unbelievable. So Ray J called the Breakfast Club and went in on Fabulous and said that he would send his booty goons after Fabulous. He said, you don't know about me. I kick it with Suge. I'll send them booty goons after you. So see? So Quincy said, Ray J got the booty bandits. See, you seen it too. Ray J got the booty goons. Was it booty goons or booty bandits? Did he say booty bandits? Ray J threatened to send booty bandits after Fabulous. This when the internet just first started getting good, y'all. This when the Breakfast Club first started popping. Say what? Look at y'all talking about what's booty goons. Oh, come on. Y'all ain't hear Ray J say, I kick it with some Suge Knight. You don't know me. I'll send them booty goons after you. Let me see if I can find it. I'll pull it up. Y'all know me. Because I could make none of this up. YouTube is like hella trouble. What, mommy? Why are you climbing on me? You trying to go sleep? You need a nap? Damn. You want some more juice or something? My YouTube thing not loading up. Because they know I will pull it up. Ray J said, I will call them booty bandits. Or something like that. They say Ray J gets regular colon cleanses. King Sir says, why and how does Ray J got booty goon connections? Because Ray J, at the time, was hanging out with Suge Knight, who apparently has had booty goons on deck for like a decade, at least. Apparently, Suge already got the booty goons on deck. So once you become friends with him, if you need a booty goon, here, mama. It's still frozen. It's still frozen, but here's something. Is booty goon something to be proud of? I don't know. Penitentiary Suge is not the pen. Suge has not even had a trial yet. Suge has yet to be charged. So we ain't gonna talk about Suge greasy. Suge liable to pop out. I would have hoped Emily. Well, you say I would have bopped Emily. You don't let nobody take from him. Take from who? What you talking about? She don't take no mess from Ray J. Mom and Brandy, Ray J mother thinks she running. But the thing is, Ray J is a brat. So what she essentially did was marry his mother. And that baby is for his mama to have something to do. And get off his back. While he gonna do whatever it is he doing. And the baby and the mama is gonna keep his wife busy while he gonna do whatever it is that he doing. He don't really want to be married. But we don't know what kind of family business. And then too, when you see them young players, them old smooth, suave ass player, ain't never been faithful to nobody, full of shit, jive, turkey ass dudes like that, get married young like that. It's somebody they trying to convince that they are more stable than they built a reputation for being rambunctious and full of shit, and now they're trying to either do something business related, or sometimes if parents might offer them inheritance, I give you this house if you get married, or you know what I'm saying? It's different strings. And see, that situation over there, we learned from watching the reality show that Brandy, bless her heart, don't have no business acumen like that. That's Ray J that more so took after the mom in terms of the business side. So maybe he's trying to look to his mom like he's more responsible or something. But that shit is a show. It's not because like he really wants to take care and love and honor and cherish this woman for the rest of her life. Like, that's bullshit. Now, if she didn't know, it's bullshit, she finna find out because she gonna be the only one taking care of that baby. Whole thing. Ray J is not gonna be changing no diapers. Somebody said they lost the stream. Are you guys still okay? Or Rat said he tried to get Fabulous raped. Yeah, he did. They don't respect Rob Viles these days. No, they don't. They don't. You think Suge will get out? I don't know. I'm saying we can't put it past him. It's quite possible. There was a sus video of him singing to Floyd. Oh yeah. In his defense though, I mean, like that, he only got one hit, really. You know, what else was he gonna say? To me, the more sus part about it was like the fact that that was Floyd's living room. Like I was more so wondering why Floyd had such a romantic setup, seeing as though he's single most of the time, and then want a dude to come play on his piano. Ray J know them jail Negroes was jumping for Fabulous booty. Well, ain't nobody gonna have to call the booty girls on Fabulous in a minute. If he get charged with these terrorist threats and assault, him and the booty girls gonna get an opportunity to get very nicely acquainted. Shit, they like butt today. They sure do like what's that boy name? Gaines, something, Kevin Gates. And Plies and them like that. Keep my eye on their ass too. I don't know. Back when we was kids, you had to have pretty feet. Now they all want booty. There are signs you would be surprised. Emily's father and brother would get charged for robbery and taking his guns out of the house. That's true too. Allergic to real women. That's really what it is. That's what it is. You didn't hit the head on it, the nail on the head. That's what it is. They're allergic to real women. And they'll run back to that lazy bitch 9 million times knowing damn well she ain't got nothing for them. And they don't even apologize to you. Sister, you know what? You just too much of a woman for me. I'm kind of full of shit. I don't really like to work like that. You know, my baby mama, she do everything. She take good care of me. So, you know. I'm going to keep on fooling around with her. That's really what it is. And if it wasn't for girls like Emily, they wouldn't be able to do that because they would have to get their act together or be by themselves. But because of girls like Emily and, you know, that class of broad, because of those broads, you know, and them broads had a nerve to get older and not want to date dope dealers and start trying to date, you know, grown men and just screw everybody up. Don't have no requirements, just every excuse, everything. You can tell that bitch anything. Tell her anything. Tell her anything. You can give her any excuse, just anything. There's so many girls like that. It's sad. And they can keep coexisting with no problem. With no problem. And see, when they making love and they getting expensive gifts and they out here taking these full of shit matching clothes, pictures for Instagram, and they showing off, you know, none of us are there for that. You know, when they have the makeup, when they making up and getting along, we're not in, you know, we ain't got nothing to do with that. And they happy. But then when the shit hit the fan, it's like, well, what you telling us for? What we supposed to do? Sando said Ray J is suspect, especially with what happened with Whitney. Well, that whole situation, none of that don't make no sense anyway when it comes to that. But yeah, they coexist just fine, like it's nothing. They mess up the whole damn ecosystem. Some of this stuff these dudes be trying, I'll be like, why would you think that was okay? And then I had to realize somebody got to be letting y'all get away with this shit. Because you keep pulling it. And it's just even worse. I'll be to hurt somebody's son out here. These little boys play too much. Thank you, Samantha. I'm sorry, Samantha. Thank you, Samantha. You ever put something to drink in the freezer and then when you get ready to eat, forget about it and then it be frozen and then you gotta wait for it to defrost.
I'll always be right by your side.
Y'all know that lady didn't find me no point. You know she gave me a 96.96. I'm gonna find this clip. Let's see. I'm trying to find it. Was there anything else important that happened in the world today you guys wanted to talk? Because I know we got way off. I found it. Here we go.
Can you play my green bucket?
Hey, no. Yes. We live. Yeah. Okay, so I ain't gonna curse, but these punk faggots, and excuse my language, but you know what I'm saying? Be whoever you want to be. Love whoever you want to love. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant when you want to disrespect me and the money team, and we got 7 Rolls Royces outside, and we just made 350 racks on. Don't disrespect me. I'ma smack you up again, fool.
Hey, so Reggie,
That's all I'm saying. Niggas saying a Ray J got beat up. I shot that nigga in the face, my nigga.
So you punched him in the face?
One time. Hey, all I'm saying is if you got a fab number, tell that nigga to send a picture of his face right now.
Wow. Okay, Reggie, let me ask you. So this is what happened because you didn't like what he was saying on Twitter, like making jokes.
Look, don't disrespect me and fool it like that. I play piano on that motherfucking piano every day. That's my big bro, nigga. We grew up together. So if you think I just came over there and sang a song, you got me motherfucking twisted. I'm always over there, nigga.
Remember, we on there, Ray. Can't curse.
Oh, I'm sorry, MV. I'm sorry.
So go ahead, so.
I'm sorry. Are we live?
Yeah. So you go to me. What happened?
What?
I said, so you went up to him at the after party.
I'm with the money team right now. We all over here. I swear to God, he running from me right now. I had 100 fools outside of Moon right now. He never left the club. He was scared up in there. He tried to call the police.
So when you hit him, what did he do, Ray?
Nothing. He fell back because he's a sucker.
Okay, now Reggie, let me ask you. So he didn't hit you back.
Look, check this out. No disrespect. Like, shout out to my big bro Diddy, because he tried to really be like, look, they was just going in on you, and you know, it was all fun and games. Shout out to Kevin Hart, because, he's a comedian. But Fab ain't no comedian. My homie saved his life when he was in LA. His life was threatened by my other dudes, and my other homie saved his life. So how dare you even speak disrespectful to me? You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it was. So when I seen him, I was with Floyd at 50, and he tried to say, don't touch me, and I punched that nigga. Straight up. When I got got detained tonight. I got kicked out of the motherfucking Palm Hotel.
He all on the radio.
Arrested me.
Bro.
Listen, I said, look, y'all can take me to jail, or can y'all just unhandcuff me and let me hop in my Ghost and get up out of here? They said, that's your car? I said, I'm cool. Can you handcuff me? I gave, you know what I'm saying? I looked out for him and was out.
Now, Ray J, let me, so did Fab at all, his people, or did he hit you at all?
Nah, look, my team don't play. If you disrespect me, don't come to the West Coast. So he in Las Vegas, and he tried to disrespect me.
Well, we heard Fab headbutted you, and people are upset because he had his guard down.
Come on, my headbutted me.
So
listen, I swear. Listen, you call that folk right now. We can get on the phone right now and he'll tell you what it is. Because he knows my big homies is on his bumper. So he gonna apologize on the Breakfast Club. Charlamagne, Envy, listen, you know y'all my dudes, right?
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure you call up to the Breakfast Club and apologize for his actions. I'm not playing, man. You niggas think I sing songs and run around here and do dances? I don't play that shit, man.
You're not Omarion.
I'm just playing games.
For real, Ray, don't go to jail. Nothing ain't worth going to jail, man.
I know, and so this what happened, right? Everybody told me to calm down. I'm back at the crib. I got kicked out of the Palms. I went back up to the Palms. Listen, my homegirls is rolling GT Bentleys. He got a 97 GT. Come on, man.
Listen, but Ray, you know,
condo, nigga.
You know when you come to New York.
I got a 20-foot square, listen, 20,000 square foot crib. I got an indoor pool, an outdoor pool. I got an indoor basketball court and an outdoor basketball court. This broke ass bitch ass nigga. I swear to God.
Now, Ray J, just one question though.
When I hit Slay, he ain't gonna be able to even stay in his own town because I got some goons out there that's gonna get him too.
All right, Ray J, but let me ask you something. You know that Fab jokes around on Twitter all the time.
Fuck that nigga. That nigga's a broke ass nigga. He called me. I let that nigga borrow my Lamborghini for his video in LA. That's my word. Ask Clue. I let him borrow my Lamborghini. I let him drop my top. He can have that shit. That's old. I got 3 new Rolls Royces outside. And I'm tired of being humble with niggas. I'm tired of being humble, and I'm tired of being low-key. Now I'm about to pull my motherfucking whips out. I'm about to show y'all what my crib looks like, and I'm about to roll with my niggas and smack niggas up that's talking.
Ray J! That's what I'm talking about.
Guys, come on. We don't want anything. We don't want anything to happen.
Ray, stay out of jail, Ray. You know, hopefully we can squash this out.
Blank. I don't give a fuck about nothing but making money, making good product. I create my own TV shows. All my cars is paid for. All my cribs is paid for. I got pink slips on every one of my whips. You can come to my shit and see it. I'm stamping all this shit. Charlamagne know me. That's my big homie.
My man.
We go way back. So he know when I call him, I'm going to give him the exclusive shit. And I'm tired of playing games with these niggas. When I see Fab, he know what it is. Charlamagne, that's my word. He gonna call up to the Breakfast Club and he gonna apologize.
All right, Ray. Ray, appreciate you calling in, Ray. Ray, don't get locked up, Ray.
Yeah, Ray, calm down. Just stay in the house.
I'm locked up today. Already got locked up.
Don't get locked up. Go smoke something, Ray. Go smoke something and calm down, brother.
I'm ready for this nigga, man.
All right.
Straight up. Bitch ass nigga.
Thank you, Ray.
Man, I hate to see people so mad like that. I don't want Ray J to do nothing crazy.
When I talk shit, I was with Puff last night and I said, Puff, he said, listen, if anybody talk shit about me, I'ma smack them niggas in the face. And I said, you know what? You know, you right. If Clue can't squash this, then it's over.
Now we gonna squash it. We need to win peacefully.
The only nigga that can squash this shit is DJ Clue.
We gonna make that happen.
We
gonna squash this.
Charlamagne, Envy, Angela Yee, I promise you, I'ma have Fab call up there, and he's gonna apologize to the Breakfast Club. He's gonna apologize to me for being a broke ass, bitch ass nigga. I got 6 Rolls Royces outside. 2 bitches. My girlfriend.
This gotta end peacefully, Ray.
I'm playing games with this shit, nigga.
And I like Ray J a lot, so you're right.
Fuck this nigga. Fuck that whole team, nigga. I'ma smack the shit out that bitch ass.
Now we gonna try to get Fab on the line and squash the
nigga. Get Fab on the line right now. I smack the shit out that nigga.
You can't smack him over the phone, right?
On the phone that like niggas, and they gonna rape that nigga. Bring that nigga over and stick it in that nigga boot.
All right. Ray, you're right.
Oh my God.
All
I
right.
don't give a fuck.
We gonna squash this out, Ray. Appreciate you
I
calling.
don't give a fuck.
We gonna talk to you, Ray.
Don't you amp that up, Charlamagne. Stop it.
Listen, I love you. Let me be back to being my, I'm upset. Everybody, it's going down in here. I'm with the money team. Shout out to Floyd 50. What up? Y'all know we turned on, but look.
These people are so immature. We learned some very interesting things, though. Why are you trying to? What are you doing to my lip? Yeah. Oh. So we learned some interesting things. Sorry, sophisticated people. Okay, so that was Ray J, and he was going off. But we learned some interesting things because we learned, number one, Fabulous is broke compared to some of his peers. And that is going to inform, how he reacts to his woman maybe bossing up or hanging out with some of these other guys in the industry and that kind of stuff. If he got some insecurities around money, and maybe that's why he's not able to control her to the extent that he wants to. The other thing is, you notice how just the other day Charlamagne was preaching to Tekashi 6ix9ine, but here he is in this interview and he is completely encouraging all of Ray J's nonsense, and he egged it on. All the way till Ray J got so mad, he's about to call out the booty goons. Isn't that interesting? He got a lot of money that most people dream of having. If I had that, I would not be involved in that drama. These Hollywood folks need to do something productive with their life. Ray J has nothing to do, and he's always high. Fab is broke compared to peers. Explains why he reacted that way. Ashley C was preaching to 6ix9ine and encouraging Ray J's nonsense. Exactly. Thank you. The Breakfast Club amped Ray J, little ass, all the way up. Laugh out loud, ain't that Brandy, brother? Well, when Brandy went up there, they were disrespectful to her too. They like that group of kids in the corner of the lunchroom being loud and instigating fights early in the damn morning at school. Exactly. And that's what they've been doing for years. That's why I'm like, why are you telling this kid? What's the difference between this one and all the other ones? Why is it okay when everybody else do it? I mean, you saying that, well, because he's little, because what? Because he's not a real gangster? Because neither is Ray J a real gangster, and he little too. Which little clone is this? Oh, man. I thought he said 3 Range Rovers. Puff is gay. I feel like that's why he kept bringing Puff Daddy up. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Okay, ain't it? He's definitely, every time I ever seen Ray J out somewhere, he looked like he was really, really lit. Yeah, they cheered him on. Y'all are so funny. No, that whole thing is hilarious. M said, if Dorian don't get lost, where's Frank? All of them front and Fab too. Fab the type to only hit women. Exactly. So Fab, why are you running from these altercations? And then whooping on that little girl. Why black feminists kick Stephon Clark to the crib? I ain't going down that rabbit hole. Are you against the California bill? Well, I mean, if it's gonna help, you know, anything that's gonna help, and if it's gonna bring some clarification or something, then I'm all for it. But honestly, to me, it just looks like another way for politicians who don't do anything to look like they're doing something by changing a word. Like, I don't like it. Whoever pitched it as an idea, like, what can we do to make it look like we doing something? You know, it's a brilliant selection in terms of that. But I think that they're gaslighting us. Three sides to every story. Mm-hmm. Bravo know what they doing. That was wrong. What you talking about? Sidebar Kiki, what do you think about Kenya Moore and Michael Rappaport's confrontation? Bravo want ratings. They probably playing that. I didn't know nothing about that. I told y'all I wasn't on social media for a couple of days, and I did not watch Housewives. See, then I turned away for 1 second. Now, first of all, Michael Rappaport, he was in Higher Learning and some other stuff, and for whatever reason, he is an avid watcher of all the Housewives franchises. He knows everything about it, okay? And he comes on and speaks on the show from time to time, but he definitely knows what he be talking about. So I'm just trying to find a clip here to see what the hell's going on. See if this is organic or not.
As a ceramicist, my nails go through a lot. Making taffy.
I mean, but he doesn't like Kenya though. So they were being shady to put them two together because, I mean, that's very clear that he don't like her like that.
Realized this when we booked you.
Sure you did.
No, we really didn't. But
He's my mortal.
We discussed it. Well, yeah, I mean, you've been trash talking Kenya for a while on Twitter.
Just on Twitter, not real life.
Mainly on Twitter. In a Twitter feud was born in 2016 when Michael tweeted, "Crazy Kenya Moore was bullying Portia when she got the wig snatch. She should have no regrets about that wig snatch." To which Kenya responded, "You are pathetic and ignorant for promoting violence on any level. Please get a job to keep your cable to watch me every week." So, Michael,
you're welcome.
Yes. Anything you want to get off your chest about him to start?
I mean, peasants can't summon queens, so.
Kenya, you have to know. Look at me. You can make eye contact with me. Those contacts are real.
Scary.
Oh, no, I'm right here. I came backstage and I introduced myself to you. I told you that I judge you from the show. But you do know that you are on the show, like a villain, right? You have to know this, correct? You've gotten better.
Well,
you are a villain.
Michael, I don't need you to tell me what I am or am not.
On the show.
I appreciate you being a fan, though. Thank you for watching. Keep the cable on. A new job would help with that.
Oh, Kenya, please, Kenya. You wish you were me, Kenya.
A middle-aged fat white guy. Not really.
Kenya.
And I've worked.
How do I
No.
And you work. Look me up. You're talking about fat.
She said out of work.
Kenya, a lot of women housewives they talk about glam squads. You have like a whole football team back there.
Yeah,
I have the blowtorches, the buzz saws, and everything just to get you out here.
All right.
You do know the housewives are women, right?
Yes, I do.
We're not giving out any peaches. Okay.
All right.
I mean, she handled herself well. That's what you're supposed to do when you the villain is completely, you know, act like it's somebody else, but we all King, you know, she fucking crazy. That's pretty funny though. I'll have to watch that whole episode on demand. I'm sure they went back and forth the whole time. Where's my chat? Who is Kenya's man now? Kenya's man is Mark Daly. That was it on that one clip. It's probably more if I sat there and watched the whole episode, but another fake husband. Oh, Kenya and your fake husbands. Derek Jackson is this black man. Is this black male dating so-called guru who tells women, mostly black women, what they should look for in a relationship. Yeah, I've seen some of his videos. He has some really good points in most videos, but he's definitely trolling, and I feel like he's probably gay. Damn. Why he gotta be all that? He helped me heal through a really tough breakup, but I have my suspicions. Well, you know what? That's all that really matters. What is the way this Derek Jackson got some gossip going on? I want other people's opinion. I think he's using his platform to troll scorn women. I think he's giving out some decent info. What's up, April? He's a maniac and a lunatic liberal. I just watched the finale of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Oh, it was hilarious. I didn't watch it. When is Callie gonna become Atlantis? That's not gonna happen. Do you watch Derek Jackson? Yeah, I catch his videos. Well, thank you, Keontae. Well, I watched Wendy this morning. Why she didn't say nothing? Well, some of these girls is crazy. Order me some what? What you want? I can't see my chat one. I would like a burrito. Husband, get out my chat. Well, don't nobody deliver burritos around here. I don't take dating advice from men. You don't think that men give out good dating advice? I used to watch Angel for a minute, but he too simpy. Angel is... I don't know. To me, Angel comes off like he just as bad as the man he talking about. I just seen some of his interactions with people via social media. He's very arrogant. King Sir said he just got on the air. He cool, but he don't seem interested in other males' input. Oh, he's definitely not. I don't even remember when Kenya was with Walter. Well, that's like 2 boyfriends ago. I feel like he pulls on the heartstrings of women and gives them the illusion that they can meet men like him. I mean, there really are good men out there, though, and the problem is that women are attracted to the wrong thing in the first place, and so it's good, I think, to get multiple perspectives of men and women. And if Derek is the kind of guy that you are attracted to or interested in, then that's the kind of guy that you maybe should listen to on advice to deal with guys like him, you know? I wish we had a party line like back in the day. You from LA, you remember the Loop? Yeah, I remember. All of us could be on live talking to each other. That would be nice. I have guy friends that give great advice. Yeah, like the thing is, the cool part at least is that they're on YouTube, you know. In real life, there's guys who will pretend like they're your friend and give you guy advice, but really, they're just trying to get in your business and your pants. Marla said, go to the app. It'll show you if they deliver the food. Well, my tablet won't charge for some reason. So I can't use the app. I don't know. We don't have the number. But see, why you gotta get something fancy? Like, get your own fancy meal. I got the baby laying on me, then I gotta get up. There's only so many people that order over here. Maybe I'm gonna call. I have to place on my phone and deliver. That shit good. Now I'm getting me some lobster enchiladas if you give me some of that. I didn't even eat all the food I ordered earlier today. I'm sorry. Trying to figure out what he want to eat. I make a lot of steaks and tacos and a lot of Mexican food and stuff. Spaghetti. He don't really like spaghetti though, and that's like all I be wanting to eat. So that's the thing. Okay. I like this Afri Synergy News. But what's this Russia preparing for war shit? Russia don't want no smoke. They don't. Please let me know by 7:30 if you can't order. And he rushing me. I know he was gonna do me like that. No, I didn't hear about that. Just the YouTube one. You need to put up your food tutorials. My tacos is on point, okay? Google Hangout allows multiple people to be on a call. Yeah, I know. I put the link in here. I gotta order this man some food though. I'm not cooking today. So let me go ahead and get off of here. Please do a mukbang one day. I don't know what that is. What y'all think about Black China at Six Flags? Black China is ratchet. Him said you can't touch nobody kids. You can't touch nobody kids. However, she blew that whole thing out of proportion. She was acting like extra. You know how females get to just being extra, talking loud. You know, she wanted to fight. She wanted drama. And if it wouldn't have been that little girl, it would have been somebody else. She wanted that drama. Well, the thing is, first of all, I don't feel sorry for China because here she go with this nanny shit, okay? Well, everybody else got to watch their own kids. The little girl said the nanny was pushed the baby over towards her. And she was saying, "Oh, the baby." And when you look at the girl she got to it with, that little girl is 18 years old. Like she don't look like she trying to steal that little girl or do some harm to her or whatever. And honestly, when you got a little kid, somebody always in your face trying to touch your baby to the point where you kind of pick and choose how you gonna respond to it. But China didn't even see it. So maybe whoever relayed the story to her said it with, put extras on it. You can't say you beat somebody's ass and expect not to get checked. Well, yeah, the girl was saying she was walking around the park talking about, yeah, when I see her again, I'm gonna beat her ass and all of this. And that's all I'm just saying, like, it's a bunch of hood people that go to Six Flags anyway, that is ready for that type of action and activity. I mean, that's one of the things that makes Six Flags what it is getting into it with somebody while you're there. That's like, come on now. Like, if you go to World on Wheels, you got to get into it with somebody about something while you're there. It's just part of the experience. So if I'm Blac Chyna and I'm a celebrity and my kids is more special than everybody else's, I'm not taking them to no damn ghetto ass Six Flags. And Six Flags will close the park down for her. They don't want the park closed down. They want to be in there doing hood rat shit. So that's just my whole thing. She wanted some drama and she found some. She got it. She got what she was looking for with some drama. And then she had that dude do the fighting for her, and that I don't like. World on Wheels can't get caught slipping. I heard some girl got hurt up there recently. True. Why would the nanny roll her over, keep your child with you? I mean, I think it's one of them things where by the way it was presented to China probably was with the extras on it. You know what I'm saying? And she got a bunch of people around her that just don't need to be. She just doing too much. China's doing too much. And she can't afford to play them games out here, so she need to be more careful because regardless of what was going on, that little 18-year-old girl ain't worth her losing custody or her child support check or whatever else out here, acting basic. My mom wouldn't let me go to 7 to 7. Hell no, somebody always getting shot up there. I didn't like being locked in nowhere, so. I watch a lot of YouTube eating shows and I'm ashamed of it. Don't be ashamed. I'm tired. Yeah, I wish I can't do the Uber Eats and stuff because I don't know what my charger is. My thing is, why he wait until 7:12 and then tell me have it done by 7:30? Signing off. Good night. I'm about to get off here too. China gone China. China is ridiculous. Like China ugly to me. I don't know what she got going on. I haven't been to Six Flags in years. Y'all know Six Flags is ratchet. All right, y'all. I gotta get off of here and find this man something to eat before I end up cooking. But I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'll be back like tomorrow or day after. I don't know. Sometime soon, okay? We know something else gonna happen in Ratchetville. And in this ratchet ass government. Everybody's going ratchet. The world's gone ratchet, I tell you. Ratchet. All right, y'all. Good night.